Wow, this is a really, really awesome team that you guys got here. So who's the spokesperson for C4? I want to invite them to come up on behalf of the whole tournament to quickly do an interview here. All right, and also for a team picture.
Настроение.
Awesome. All right, everyone. Is that everybody? All right, we got 3 more.
Wait.
Zeros over there. Got like, looks like that's almost everybody. You got one more straggler at the northwestern side here. Very nice, very nice. All right, and he should be coming around the corner right there. Oh dear me! Wow, this is awesome. Hang on, the guy's coming right there around the corner now. Oh dear me! There he is. Yeah, everyone, let's make some noise for our last guy. Aristocrat! All right, group picture, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Thank you, guys. Good luck in the game.
Thank you too, thank you too.
Гойда.
Thank you. Гойда, негры пидорасы.
Very awesome. Special shout to owner OG from C4.
Я прыгаю. Кто идет? Я прыгаю.
That's awesome.
Вы не прыгаете. А ну, спортсмены, построй. Блядь.
Why?
Alrighty, here we go. Welcome everybody to another exciting stream. My name is Socrates, your shoutcaster for today. Today is November 16th of 2025, the semifinals of the Squad Rivals tournament. In this wonderful match today, we are going to be playing on the wonderful classic map called Kokon, featuring the 2 legendary most advanced teams of all time. We have Team Owls here versus Team C4. We were very fortunate to be able to shoutcast for Team C4 versus the OC match last week, and we will once again shoutcast this team again along with Owls here. It's been a long many months since the last time we casted for Owls as well, so really great to have both teams here. Special shout out to the teams, the staff, the players, and all the families and friends out there tuning in from around the world on the big screen TVs. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the battlefield. On this side, we're going to be on Team C4 side, and we're going to lock the squad here real quick and enter in and get everything set up. We'll switch the screen momentarily after I get a couple things set up.
Пишите похуй.
Alright, still got to do one more roll, so we'll be switching up momentarily. In the meantime, here's the screen of what we're looking at right now. Looks like this is it.
фобу слышу. Я фобу слышу.
Чё дерешься, слышишь? Чё дерешься?
All right, let's get started. We are live. As we go ahead and analyze the map real quick here for a couple of seconds, we're going to be starting on the C4 side, on the Russian side to the south. Vehicles available are the small arms vehicles, as you can see, Logi transport truck, and the small vehicles with the gunners on the top here. In terms of FOB placements, looks like we got a couple near Tempest Estate and District Center. The mid flag looks to be at Tempest Estate over here. So this is going to be really interesting. I want to point out real quick. So this is what we're dealing with. Very interesting marks for maneuvers here. Tempest Estate being the mid flank here with an FOB activation declared up on the north right here, just about 150 meters to the north. And you can see Team C4 starting on the Russian side to the south here. They're going to make a full frontal assault here to Tempest. Likewise, on Team Owl side, they're going to go straight diagonal to get to the mid flag as fast as they can. The really nice thing about CodeCon is that it's a lot of open fields, as you can see all around the map here, and then just besides the little ditches all around these areas here, the vehicles were able to quickly, skim through and get to the front lines as fast as they can. From this area, the first few flags have already been pre-captured by the teams here. This one to the south in favor of C4, along with Stonebent up there to the west of the main base of Owls as well. So basically, we basically see a lot of territory maneuvers here to try to lock in as much land control as possible from both teams based on all the different move marks declared around the map. From the looks of it, the battlefront might be focused along a horizontal, maybe along a diagonal where the little upside down V is between the little farmlands here. So we'll see how the maneuvers turn out. With the small arms vehicles, we're going to be seeing a lot of fast vehicular maneuvers around the map. We'll try to capture as much as we can and keep an eye out for the hats and lats throughout the map, because they're going to try to take advantage and really capitalize on taking down the vehicles roaming around the map. FOB placements, we shall see. Once they start coming up, we're going to start seeing the mortars go boom, boom, bangs. Again, you're watching a Squad Rivals semifinals. Owls versus C4. Looks like the match is about to begin in about 15 seconds. Hope you're all excited for this as much as I am. The last thing I want to point out is that from the move marks, you can see everybody spreading themselves out accordingly, taking over the entire availability of the map. So from what we've seen throughout the Squad Rivals tournament, land control is critical. Let's go ahead and get straight into this. The match has now begun as we go ahead and tag along with the vehicle. Oh, jeez. first couple vehicles start approaching around the map right now. Looks like we have very aggressive assault maneuvers. Double transport truck from the south here. Coming up to the northwest. Smooth start. Owl's FOB truck coming up north from Tempest Estate for the activation right now. Double Logis. Got one Logi near the nest going westbound, along with the Commander's C4 Fear heading down southwest as well. FOB, first FOB activated here, southeast of Tempest. Pretty far out, but getting a good foothold for the Foundations. Double squads disembark on District Center from Owl's side. Double FOBs coming up north, and the first engagements have now begun. There it is. The little mini artillery vehicle opening fire right now as the first couple players from C4 approach the Tempest Estate flag from the east. We got quad squads heading over here on a horizontal north to south maneuver right now. The explosives causing a lot of devastation right now to the team on Tempest Estate, that being C4. We got one FOB up from Team C4, double FOBs here from Team Owls. And of course, horizontal line maneuver right there as both teams move, sweeping up the map on a horizontal, getting as close to Tempest Estate with the FOB activations right now, and the first Owl players are about to approach. The engagements are beginning now. Explosives coming out just fine. Grenade taking out Mayari. And Jord about to enter with low HP left. On the western side of Tempest Estate, looks like the blue team, C4, getting full control of the flag right now, along with FOB truck in the point, activated by C4 directly in Tempest Estate right now, with incoming red team players from Owl taking point along the northern side on spread along a horizontal. As we check out what's going on to the eastern side, we do have small arms engagements from double squads against quad squads here south of District Center. Small arms fire for now, but everyone's really spread out. Again, this is a 36v36 match, so not much, or actually, there is a lot happening, despite a lot of players being spread out around the map. You can see explosives going on far east at District Center, as both teams try to maneuver and capitalize on land control as fast as they can. The squads here are getting preoccupied right now with incoming Owl players along the northeastern side of the flag, but the good news for C4 is that they do have a southern FOB activated on top of the flag. Overall map flow is as follows. We have two FOBs from both teams, two Owls FOBs up north, and one C4 FOB directly on the mid flag here, along with the FOB here from C4 further southeast. So both teams operating with double FOBs. Mortars are about to come up really soon. As you can see, the battlefront has now shifted along a horizontal front like this from both teams. Both teams are evenly matched right now with only 4 minutes into this match. A lot has been going on. Owls having a difficult time pushing on this northeastern side of Tempest. The flag perimeter is where that rectangular box is at, so they're just right outside the point right here. But right now, Owls' priority is to try to at least secure one of the buildings to make it easier for the rest of their team to push in. The good news for Owls is that they are coming along the northwestern side just right off the flag point. But as soon as they figure out their intels and figuring out where the clusters of spawns from C4 is coming from, they'll be able to make an easy assault on this. Or I want to say easy, but more straightforward assault with more intel on where C4 players are trickling out from. And with the FOB Hab just outside the building right there, Logi barely getting out of there was a small hit. C4 Fear Commander driving the vehicle out right now. Looks like C4 players are about to have this flag under control. Right now, top of middle of the area right now, Tempest Estate at 11% and capping in favor of C4. Owls, with the minimal cover they have in the field line, is going to be a very difficult push for them. In the meantime, let's go ahead and check out what's going on in the eastern front lines. The eastern front lines in the middle between both flags, a lot of contestation right now in the field. People taking cover behind rocks, explosives coming out. Both players from, both teams are having difficult time pushing due to the minimal amount of cover. There are a couple trees, there are a couple farms, but the elevation difference is so small that's, it's really difficult for them to push without getting shot by incoming snipers. As we go ahead and check out the map, the mortars, looks like the mortars might be coming up soon. We don't see any set up yet. You might be expecting a mortar coming soon. Logi's doing their supply runs. We got a hat. Arthur right here. Let's see what he's checking out. Arthur's going to watch the main MSR route from C4. Has a direct line of sight to their main base. C4 fear, if he takes the north road, he will be getting hit by Arthur. We'll monitor the situation accordingly, but as we return to the front lines, back to Tempest Estate, how are we looking? Still about a stalemate push right now. Looks like the kill feed is working properly. Very interesting. As we highlight what's going on right now, mid-flag Tempest Estate in favor right now, about to be fully capped by C4. But the problem that we have right now is a push from the incoming Owl players from the northwest. The explosives, as we see, is going down over there, but is it effective? It's just a bit effective. As long as C4 blue team can hold their line inside the flag perimeter from here under shelter, the explosives won't do too much devastation. But the explosives are trying to be capitalized right now from the Owls team members as they approach from the farmland here to the north and the northwest here. As you can see, they're having a very difficult time pushing, but at least it's worth a shot. Owl, Joe inside right now to go ahead and spectate his character inside the building. Full HP. He's going to be engaging against a lot very soon as he makes a turn outside the door and makes a right and another right turn. As we go ahead and check out what's going on over here, Squad 6 versus Squad 8. South of District Center right now. Small squads versus each other, but at least it's going to cause a bit of some devastation at District Center to the south. Are they making any push hold inside? We have FW Sunset right here. I know him. As he tries to maneuver and flank to the southeast of the flag. They're not able to... Actually, they are able to cap District Center right now, but they need more people directly inside the flag point. As we check out what's going on, is C4 going for an assault, or are they kind of holding the line at Tempest? Right now, as you can see, what's going on here right now is C4 is just really trying to hang on to Tempest, especially with their FOB directly on the point right here. On the red team side, they're really trying to push people to keep pressure on the mid flag, but at the same time, C4 is sending small squads up here direct south of the next flag to initiate the flag capture, but they need more players. As long as they only have a small amount of players here, they're not going to be able to initiate the flag capture. So right now, both teams are just trying to get a feel for each other to figure out, you know, are they going aggressive or are they kind of staying more on the defense side? So in the next couple minutes, both teams will have a feel for how both teams are going to try to progress through this game, and then from there, one of the other teams is going to try to make a full assault accordingly. Looks like Red Team Owl has full control, resecuring the area at District Center to the northeast of Tempest. As we go ahead and check out the south, the spawn points for Blue Team is very far out right now. So what we're looking at, you know, an assault, I see the UAV there, we'll check that out in just a second, Tempest. But right here, this southern FOB, it's going to be unlikely that Blue Team's going to rely on a round 2 assault attempt to go through pretty much about 500 meters from south to north to try to hit the next flag. They already control the mid flag, and I think that's their priority in terms of trying to make sure they get the security going. As we check out Tempest Estate, the UAV has been activated by the Owl commander. On the flag right now, looks like the pressure is now coming from the northeast. The northeastern compound outside the flag capture zone is getting some threats right now from Owl players, but so far so good. C4 is able to send a lot of players from their spawn point directly south right there where the hab is, with the radio inside the building over there to hold the line. More incoming Owl players utilizing their northern FOB to trickle in from north to south and spread along a diagonal on the northern side of Tempest and then assault like that. And that's what's happening right now. Incoming logic truck from Commander C4 Fear about to supply and come through for the rest of the team, providing the ammo they need to hold out the firefight and hold the mid flag as best as they can. Incoming players right here. We're going to go into iJoe's POV as he pushes as fast as he can into the compound. Sot is going to need some more backup from Morg up there in the flag. Nice shooting from Joe as Commander unloads the supplies right there as Blue Team wipes out the last few remnants of the Owl players. Zuby's going to have to hold the lineup against 5 players as a backup with the fresh rally point north. Sorry, that's not a rally point. That is... Hang on. Sorry, my camera's messed up. The hab is right here. That's a rally point. And here it is, Owl sending in a full squad right now, assaulting the flag. It's going to look really good for Owls if they can hold the firefight both on top of the flag and also in the northeastern corner. The C4 is ready for them. They're right at the corner, ready to toss the grenades over the wall as we check out what's going on. Explosive coming out on the corner right there. The pressure is now on as we go ahead and turn on transparency. The players from Owl now going to the first building right now. Incoming Cano about to engage.
Давай, два КВМ сделаем, эфир 20 секунд, я на ролик.
Patching each other up as best as they can to go ahead inside the building.
Biriniz çapraz benim girdiğim daire buraya baksın.
A lot of pressure going down the line right now here with the players. Whoever makes this turn is going to get a really bad shot up in here. As we turn the corner. They're going to see each other right now. Ooh!
Oğlum neye düştüm amına koyayım? Abi bin.
Nice, nice. A trade for trade. Zuby survives that as well. Inside the flag point, couple Owl players taking a lot of casualties, but still 2 survivors. iJoe and I am Holy M8. Alive. Explosives coming out, devastating the western front line right now, northwest of the point. As we go ahead and check out the flag, overall map flow is as follows. C4 is still providing the pressure up in the eastern line from the southern side here, spreading along a horizontal, trying to trickle up north to try to hit the flag and keep the incoming Owl players at bay at the back flag to relieve pressure off of Tempest Estate. Tempest Estate still getting a lot of pressure right now from Owl players, trickling from north to south here as they go ahead and cause a lot of devastation both on top of the flag itself and the adjacent corner property here. But the good news for C4, again, they do have the spawn point directly on top of the flag right here. As long as Commander C4 can supply the supplies here and get the ammo they need with over 2,600 ammo points, they can hold out the firefights A-OK. Overpower driving to vehicle northwest, getting A-OK right there. Only taking in some small arms fire, but he should be okay for now. Again, those explosives coming from the little technical vehicle causing a lot of devastation to the players here, really causing some, a lot of distractions from the shaky screens going on right here. But Owls and C4 is not going to let them slow down as the explosives go down. Go ahead and check out Holy's POV right now on the roof as the players engage up against each other. Nice shooting from C4 as they go, close quarters combat in this area right now. Let's go ahead and check out what's going on to the east. We do have C4 Jesus SM trying to push in with small squad here. It's a long walk because they only have to operate from a rally point located right there. Utilizing the rally point, they're going to have to walk up about 500 meters to the northern eastern flag right here to try to initiate the next flag capture. Owls already stationed a couple of friendlies, infantries at District Center ready to go for the defense right now because District Center right there is the next active flag. As we turn over here, Tempest Estate is the mid flag, currently taking a lot of devastation right now as Owls tries to go for a double squad assault. But the good news to C4, again, with their FOB hab over on the southern side, C4 is able to quickly get the infantry they need to support the corner northern side of the flag at Tempest, as the incoming Owl players still try to push hard, but they're having a very difficult time pushing because the C4 defense is very strong. Looking back at the map, are the mortars being utilized right now? We do have a cannon right here being operated by Neural. If you check out and zoom in what's going on, it's been set on the roof. It's going to try to launch the guided missile towards any small arms vehicle approaching into the front lines. As we check out his line of sight, there is a little tree in the way over there, but as you can kind of see, his vision is a bit limited from what he can see, but at least he has operational usage of the cannon to provide the cover at District Center, which is going to be a bit of a problem right now for C4, but the good news for C4 is they can stay under the elevation, away from the line of sight of the cannon here. They should be fine. Squad 14 going in for a flank right now to take out the FOB on the flag point right here. That's insane. They got behind enemy lines. Neural figures out that people's on the flag right now on the northern side and possibly some sneaky attack. And he's going to try to analyze the situation. Getting shot down by Solpek. Nice shooting right there. And C4 backup coming up north from Saka there. Do they have a rally point? They do. Blue team C4 got behind enemy lines. Sets a rally point. Now they're going to try to take out the FOB directly on top of the next flag right here. Going right here, Commander Vior from Owl is going to try to launch some assault. After 15 minutes into this match, he's going to try to see if he can try to turn the tide of the game and refocus the efforts in a different battlefront right now. The Owls are still trying, in 15 minutes through the match, they're still trying very hard to get into the first complex, but C4 is doing really good at holding and spawning in as many people as they can, as fast as they can, through their on-site hab at Tempest. Nice rocket from Fury, takes out Holy Mate over there. Gyre barely misses the explosion right there from friendly fire, but he makes it out alive.
Стоит Рамбо 14.
Tabi is going to engage right now in the door, takes out Koska. Tamir got deep inside the flag right now. He's going through the building right now.
Да дайте Пехов, Ралик 14.
Fresh Logi truck somewhere to the south. Sorry, that's a small arms vehicle, not a Logi. Fresh rally coming up. As the next compound east, adjacent to the flag point, has a couple threats right now from Owls. Going up here to the east as we check out what's going on. This area is in trouble. Nuril is still trying to hold the point before he gets back on his cannon. Saka causing some threats right now to the radio. Nuril realizing that it's going to be too risky to lead the flag. He's going to have to stay on top of the northern flag. So this sneak attack from Squad 14 from C4 is actually a very, very critical right now. As long as the red team Owls can hold this area, and as long as Squad 14 utilize their northern rally point from this next flag at District, they can provide the pressure up north to allow more blue team players from C4 to approach from the south and overtake the flag. They're attacking from a sandwich maneuver along with providing direct threats to the Hab and to the FOB up north, which is going to deactivate the spawn point and make it much easier for C4 to continue the assault away from Tempest flag and take away the focus from Tempest battlefront to the west and reshift it up here and force Owls to go on the defense here. Commander, realizing that he's going to have some trouble with the defense, he's going to have to refocus his teammates, but I know Viord. He knows what he's doing. Down here to the western side, red team did try to go for an assault, but they're having very difficult time holding the line and causing the threats right here, because in between both this main compound far west and to the flag over there, it's a long walk, and they will be getting shot from the C4 players with the scopes and all that good stuff that they do have. Owls, again, still a lot of a stalemate going on. It's just really difficult for them to push right now. And I just want to highlight real quick, we're facing south right now, Tempest Estate. We've been seeing these two compounds here and here getting hit repeatedly by Owls, but they're unable. Owls is unable to push through the main complex here on the northern side because C4 are just spawning a lot of people at their hab, trickling through, building the building, and just holding the line really well. The C4 defense on Tempest is absolutely amazing here. They're still able to hold it after like over 5 attempts from Owls. They're unable to push in through this area right now. So this flag is still in favor. You can see the amount of blue team players on the area and the explosives going out. Red team is really trying to focus their efforts to try to make an opening in this area, but with the sheer amount of triple squads from C4 crowding along the flag and along the adjacent compound, Owls with one squad here utilizing the rally, they're going to have a very difficult time pushing, especially the limited ammo that they do have, which eventually they're going to have to get rearm and reload at the northern FOB up there to the north. They do have the supplies that they need, but it's going to be pretty far out. Going up to the northern side, how's Squad 14 from C4 doing? As we go ahead and analyze the situation, C4 surrounding the FOB, Owls, this FOB is in trouble. The Hab to the south over here, it's about to get proxied soon. We're going to get into Forsinka's POV as he looks through the window for the incoming spawns at Owl Hab down here. The radials to the northeast over here are about to get overrun by C4 players. So if this FOB falls, this flag is going to be in trouble. Keep in mind, there are a couple red team players surrounding the flag here, but if this FOB falls, it's going to leave a wide opening, especially from the north here, for the players to trickle in and take over the flag. As we check out the chaos going on right now, the spawners, Chadley's about to get hit real bad here from the window. Forsinka looks like he's throwing a grenade over, takes out Mayeri, and holy no, the grenade takes out the player. Nice grenade at that. Owls throws a grenade up in the line, and Forsinka gets out of there A-OK with no damage. the threats are still lingering from incoming C4 players. Let's go ahead and check out the area right now. The hab is covered. Sorry, not the hab. The radio is covered by the Hesco wall. Very interesting maneuver and tactic for the placement. And taking down, keep in mind, I want to highlight something. So it looks like the second floor is where the C4 radio is placed at. And with the Hesco wall blocking, it does, keep in mind, it takes a very long time to dig it back out. So in order to really take out the radio once and for all, they need a lot of players to start digging, and also a couple players holding their guns out to shoot any incoming Owl players trying to defend the radio.
Пятый бехи тобой.
Let's go ahead and analyze the map real quick. How are we looking here? This should be it. Alright, how are we looking? Over on the flag, looks like Owl, they're doing pretty good. They're doing pretty good up here, holding their FOB. Commander Valyard has come back on the second floor where the radio is being held at, behind the wall there. Looking good for them so far, with the C4 players surviving and doing A-okay just fine to hold the pressure up to keep Owl back at bay on the northern side. As we check out what's going on here, again, the stalemates are still lingering at Tempest. Same type of battlefield where the northern edge of the flag is taking hits from Red Team coming in from north to south. C4 still having their FOB A-okay, safe and sound. The pressure that we now see is that Blue Team C4 is going to try to pressure Red Team to push back more troops away from the pressure at mid-flag, back here to defend their next flag at District. As even though the Blue Team, they barely have any spawns nearby the next flag, with the sheer amount of, the minimal amount of players they do have here directly on top of the flag, now they know where the radio is at. They're gonna force Owl players to pull back to defend the radio here, because the moment this radio falls, it's a matter of time before a steamroll approaches to overpower the flag as fast as they can. Even though this flag is nearby the main base of Owl, if you lose this FOB, it's like toppling your foundations. Owls, they have to hold this FOB if they want to hold this flag. But you can see they just need more players from both sides to really have a firefight go on here. But right now, with the few amount of players hovering around where the radio is at, they know where the radio is at, especially with that Hesco wall giving that position away pretty easy. As we go ahead and check out the spawns around the map, Squad 14 C4 rally point still right there. Again, the main base is super close. We do have a couple Red Team Owl players trickling in right here, which might overrun that depending how close they get. But it looks like Squad 6 here, SS from Owl, they're holding the line pretty good, but they have to wipe out C4 for Sinka and Saka.
Я сейчас поеду с кидать ролл. У них сейчас хаб сблочится, блядь, с цивили с мэком.
Один степ кто, Ролик? Я просто там пробегал.
Very good right now. C4, even though Saka and Forsinka got wiped out by Owl, they are going to still send more players up north. And it looks like that is a Logitruck to the north over there. So go ahead and check out what's going on back. Ooh. As you check out what's going on back here on the main flag at Tempest, not much has changed. But the good news for Red Team, they have a repair station for their small arms vehicles. We don't have in this map. We do not have access to the tanks and the BTRs and all that stuff. You know, the heavy armor vehicles. It's only the small arms vehicles. Overall map flow is as follows. Right now, you can see Tempest Estate C4 still doing a really great job utilizing their southern FOB to hold the line here. We can see a lot of Red Team players trickling around the farmland. We have multiple players here about ready to push for Northwest, swinging here to try to capitalize on taking over the northern entrance of the flag point at Tempest. The northern side here with Squad 14 from C4 is trying to take out the next FOB. He's going to have a difficult time. He needs more players to support him up there on the northern side. With more Owl players, you know, sending more support up on the northern side of district. There are some survivors from C4 players, but you can see, even though they're near the main base and they're behind enemy lines, they're still trying their best, and they are getting shot right now from the snipers up northeast from Owls. C4, now they're getting flanked right now from Supreme, as he's had it with them. He is going to try to engage and wipe shot from the people coming from the north from C4 side. That's Supreme that we're looking at right now. Supreme, his HP is a bit low. He's going to shoot out KS-1T. Opening fire now takes him from the behind. Nice shooting at that. The rally is going to get pushed on right now from Supreme. If this rally point from C4 goes down, the defense is going to be much easier for Red Team to hold. Rally's getting closed on upon real quick, and the rally's about to fall. It's getting within close proximity right now. With that rally fall, this is going to be a decisive maneuver, and that rally is now down. Great job to Supreme as he wipes out the rally point. C4 now being forced to try the assault on the next flag from a different maneuver right now. As we check out what's going on the map, Commander launching Commander marks up here, ready for an airstrike artillery possibly here. You can see the FOB still being held really strong here, with Owls still doing their best, utilizing their northern FOB to trickle in along the farm and from a horizontal diagonal, pushing from north to south here. They've been trying this for at least 7 times, but they're never giving up, and that's the great thing about this. These two teams, despite how many tries it's going to take, they're never going to give up, but they're going to have to deal with a very strong defense from C4. As we go ahead and get to the ground level, we can see Owls taking a lot of grenade shots. Cano uses a grenade, wipes out Sadie and Endra right here in the field line. Very nice grenade at that as well. And that's the difficult thing about pushing. The C4 has the advantage of utilizing the walls and the buildings to their cover, but Owls, they have to use the field line with barely any cover. So if a grenade comes launched out from C4, they don't have any cover. The Owl side doesn't have any cover to provide themselves, so they're going to have to run out of there, or if they get really unlucky, get detonated on. But you can see Owls, now they're trying again. They're going to try to go up the northern farm line, regroup with the infantry at Owls of the northwest where their hab is at in the middle of the field, and then make a push as hard as they can. But you can see what we have here. It's a consistent push. You can see they're utilizing the rally up northeast, which is very close to the point. They also have their hab up there, but again, it's just really hard for them to push with minimal cover between this distance of about 150 meters. C4, they're just completely crowded here, utilizing the wall, utilizing the building to shoot this way, to hold the line and keep the enemies from Owl side at bay. But the good news for Owl is that they do have a very close spawn point to the flag, so they can keep trying this assault as many times as they can, but they're going to have to... Ah! The artillery comes out, being launched by C4 Fear. That is Squad 7 right here. He's launching an artillery strike from southeast to northeast right there. That's a very accurate mark. Will be hitting and devastating the hab and the rally point. This is going to get a lot of kills. See, Owls is going to have a very hard time. They have to figure out some way soon, or we're about to see the chaos go down. We're going to turn on the music right now. This is it. Holy moly. That's it. The artillery strike has now come out. We're going to send our reporter down with the rest of the players from Owls. Holy cow. I'm here with Owls right now. The artillery strike has been launched from C4 Commander. We have no cover against this right now. Very effective artillery strike from Commander. Getting lots of kills from that. Owl's gonna have to take cover as best as they can. Their assault being paused right now. C4 getting some bit splash damage from that artillery. Very effective artillery strike. C4 now being able to push out completely the wave assault from a Owl team up in the north. The next artillery has been launched. The next retaliatory artillery has been launched right here. We're gonna see it go from southeast to northwest over there on the next flag. To check out how this is gonna go. Currently, there's only a few C4 players within the vicinity of the flag. They're still trying their best to target the northern FOB over there. The Owl players are actually swarming the area up north to make sure the C4 blue team players are away from their flag right now. Ticket counts as follows: 97 to 115, minus 1 per minute on the Owl side. Still about almost an even match, even though Owl's leading by almost 20 tickets. As they kind of slowly recover from this hit from C4. C4 still in the area, going to cause a lot of threats right now to the flag. Currently, Owl still has 2 players on top of the flag, but we're about to get some threats right now from the incoming players from C4 on the southwestern side. Artillery has now activated right there. Current operations, only 2 FOBs operated by Team Owls. This one and this one here. Only 1 FOB remains from C4 directly on top of the flag that they're pulling full bank on to hold Tempest stay with all they can. The ammo is running low. Artillery coming out right now. Very effective explosives coming down, causing a lot of damage right now. As we hover with our AC-130 gunship right now. It's looking real hot down there. C4 players. The artillery is going straight close up to them right now. We're gonna get into Forsinka's POV as he takes shelter. Very effective artillery strike. Gonna keep everybody within shelter until the wave passes from the artillery. Very good. It's exploding right now on Forsinka and Zanik from C4. Supreme's gonna have to stay inside the hab. And that's it. The hab is now proxied. Hab is now proxied by the C4 players here. We're gonna keep Forsinka's POV in our view right now as he holds the line. Jesus SM on the western side. Owl players swarming their hab right now. C4 players getting a bit of a break right now in the northern sector of Tempest Estate. More of the clusters now coming from the hab up northwest. Same spot before, along with the rally point here. But looks like they shifted a bit more of their battle tides on this western complex, just trying to make sure the red team gets more cover here before they make the full assault on the northwestern side of Tempest here. Ticket count, less than 10 gap right now between both teams. They're still very evenly matched. It's all about who can overpower each other's FOBs at this point and really take the upper hand advantage on these flag assaults. So we go ahead and get into the ground level to see what difficulty Owl's having right now. Again, minimal cover. They have to stay in the farm line at the lower elevation, kind of peek their heads up to get a better view of the flag. You can see the C4 players, they're just holding the windows really well along with the walls and peeping their heads up and all that good stuff. But the moment Owl sees an opening, they're going to send the full assault to overtake the flag at the first compound and overpower the point. Going back here to the eastern side, looks like C4, they are now initiating the flag camp very soon. District Center is in trouble. The hab gets overpowered, overrun right now by the C4 players. Proxying the hab right now. Utilizing our fresh rally point over to the east for blue team side. Gonna trickle in 150 meters by walking to the west over here. Cannon is disabled right now for a bit. Not being operated by the red team players. As C4 players secure the area and hold down the hab Again, nobody from red team is going to be able to spawn the hab due to being proxied by the blue team right now. There are a couple survivors, 2 survivors on the flag point, but not enough that they're going to need to overpower the incoming C4 team here, going full squad assault on the northern side and locking out the FOB to the north. How are we looking right now? We do have a small arms vehicle from OWL that if they utilize their small arms vehicle here, they might be able to devastate and pin down the blue team up north. But if this FOB falls, C4 is going to have a really easy time pushing the next flag and taking the pressure away from Tempest from where they're getting hit really hard from this northern OWL FOB from north to south here. But the good news from C4 is that their defense is really good. Both artilleries have already been utilized from both commanders. And you can see just the firefight, everyone's doing trade for trays. The ticket count is still in favor of Owls. Even though Owls is starting to lose their district center flag shortly and momentarily, they are still ahead in kills. So even though you're losing objectives, doesn't mean that you're behind on tickets. So this is one of those really good examples that as long as Owls can make sure they can still hold their tickets, even though you can look, they're at -1 ticket per minute, so that's going to work against them for just a bit. But Owl's going to be able to still work around that and still keep the ticket gap how it is right now. But how it's looking, 10 tickets can flip really fast. We're about 40 minutes into this match right now with C4. The battlefront hasn't changed much, and it's about to change very soon. Again, Tempest State still having the same battlefront along the northern sector between both FOBs contesting each other north of the flag here. What we're about to see change is the battlefront slowly shift away from the mid flag for red team as they send more players back to district center, because right now you see a heavier presence of blue team utilizing the rally point right there as they trickle in and try to take out the hab, of course, and take out the FOB once and for all on the second floor. The good news for red team at OWL is that their main base is just around the corner right there. They can quickly send players as fast as they can from main base with full ammo down here and try to save the flag at district center. But they only have a good window of about 5 minutes to do so to really try to change the tide of the game. Owls right here, let's see how their supplies are looking. Their supplies, they're running low on ammo. They're low on ammo right now, utilizing the southernmost FOB hab at the corner of the radius to try to make the assault. As you can see right here, it's just very difficult for red team to push past this farmland area, because the moment they get to this front area, the blue team members at the window is going to and take out all the incoming red team players over there. On the northern eastern side, blue team, they're slowly, it looks like the hab is slowly coming back up in favor of red team as they send more players on foot to try to recap the area right here. As we teleport back here, what are we looking at? The red team players, Owls, they're doing one last ditch effort to try to save the radio. It's a 2v2 right here. Let's see what they're going to be dealing with. Nurel's POV right now as he tries to get on top. They're trying to get access to the radio. Looks like the blue team players, as we go ahead and go for transparency, they're just outside where this is at. The players are trying to figure out if they can sneak in, you know, kind of climb on top of a player to try to get into the window without having to spend the time to take down and shovel down the Heskel wall. But looks like the window tactic's not going to work, so nice attempt at that. C4 is going to have to firefight this now as more incoming Owl players are going to try to save the radio. Grenades coming out. Nice grenade from Surun there. Second grenade takes out Jesus SM right there. Paul Fisher and team. Great job at that for the defense from OWL. On the south side here, Owls look like they're sending more spawns down here. The spawn has been saved. Spawn has been saved. Even though the rally point from C4 is still right there, ready to go for another assault over here. Red team, very great save. Saving that hab, saving that radio. Now they're going to recontrol district. Let's check out what's going on at Tempest. That's an amazing gameplay. Even though it was looking very risky for them for Owls. Owls is able to adapt to the situation, send help as fast as they can to back up from main base over here, try to take out the blue team over here. Of course, reactivate their hab here, and then send more players down to the south to re-secure the flag point. As we check out what's going on to the northwest, to the west over here, again, the battlefront hasn't changed much. But it's about to. Owls now overpowering the first compound right here. They are now in. Full squad going from north to south. They're now inside the flag point. C4 is getting pushed back. Room to room, corner to corner. As they spawn more people. Grenades coming out. It's chaos. It is chaos. 42 tickets to 55 tickets. Owls still leading, and they're about to overpower this flag. The eastern compound, C4 players, are now pushing west directly on top of the flag point right now inside the perimeter complex of the rectangle right here. C4 players still spawning from their hab. We do have one player right here. We're going to go ahead and overpower We're going to get into his POV on the southeastern side as he holds the building down to the south next to the Hab as the rest of the Owl team pushes as best as they can to hold the northern compound as they go inch closer and closer against the C4 players. Grenades going out. Everybody's going to have to stay behind walls to avoid the splash radius there from the grenades. Tamir's on the second floor right now of the building as more players spawn. You can see how many people are spawning as fast as they can from C4 in the south Hab right there, so they're able to quickly recover from all those, you know, quick firefights right there. The tick gap is still about 15 as C4 pushes north from their Hab to try to wipe out that northern compound right here, overtaken by Owl. They're getting close. As we zoom out over on the map right now, this is gonna look, this is gonna look very risky right now. First compound, northern side of Tempest State, finally overpowered in favor of Owls, utilizing their Hab up here as they trickle in and send more players on the northwestern side this way to provide an opening. C4 is going to have to hold their best and get the ammo they need to hold this firefight down for the rest of the match. As you zoom in right into here, the grenades are critical. As long as grenades can get lobbed out every couple seconds, it's going to hold the players at bay. At this point, they have to utilize any whatever, you know, grenades, smoke grenades, anything to their advantage right now. As we check out this area, it looks like we got a disembarkment of incoming blue team players trying to pressure and deactivate the spawn point from Owls at the next flag of District Center. So right now the battlefront hasn't changed much, but the focus has been between the middle flag of Tempest State and District Center. C4 still going hard as they can. Attempt number 9 right now from C4 as they go and try to deactivate the spawn point up in the northeast, which is now proxied right here. Red team, they still have a lot of survivors on point. As long as they can send some people to wipe out the C4 players, overpowering the radius of the FOB. But if Sunset can keep driving his Tiger around to try to, you know, get the intel that they need along the northeastern side, it might look promising. Is that a lat? That is not a lat. The lat is northwest where Naril is at. He's going to get marked, and Naril sees him from the southeast over there. Sunset maneuvers and drives southeast from the map, away from the hotline right there. As C4 players from that hot drop, they're going to try to still hold the area at the Hab. Going here to the western side, looks like the blue players have now overpowered the northern side and wiped out the rest of the red team players here. The ticket gap is now closing. It's even 30 on 30, minus 1 per minute Owls right now. Great save at that from C4 as they overpower the northern compound and the northwestern side here. More players from Owls going to start spawning in as fast as they can and try another assault. Do they have the ammo? They have fresh 2,000 ammo from their Hab. That's Commander right there. Special shout out to Owl V. Yord. I know him. With the fresh ammo here, that everyone's going to rearm and reload and go for another assault. And here they are. They're going to try another attempt number 10. Into the flag point. Now with C4 reviving their friendlies. Endjord is still nope, Endjord is down. C4 is going to recover from that and send more players up to the northern compound along with the northeastern compound and send a couple people into the lone building here to hold the line again as Owl tries one more attempt before the end of the match to overpower the point. You can see they're having a really hard time to push. There's barely any cover for Owls, but they're really trying their best here. Here comes a smoke grenade. They're going to utilize the smoke trails now to try to cover their assault. They do have all the ammo to do so anything helps. Rocket comes out. Very nice explosive there. Over here, we do have a survivor. Felcinda is going to try to hold down the line against the Hab. He's in the Hab right now as C4 players swarm the Hab to try to wipe him out. One more survivor left. Overpower is down. We have one more survivor left on the point right now. There's open transparency. Radial's in the building right there, not being blocked by the Hab. We get under the map right here. Let's see what we're looking at. He's gonna try to patch up friendly. Overpower is now revived by the medic Felcinda. That was 2 people holding down the Hab. Is the Hab proxied? Yes, it is. C4, knowing that the Hab is proxied, they're gonna try to get in there and try to wipe shot. Commander Fear is going in. Overpower is down again. Felcinda still gonna have to keep his gun out. Holding down the line. Unbelievable. As Commander Fear, if Commander loses this, is gonna be a change of the tide of the game in favor of the red team. C4 opening fire as best as he can.
Вдвоем надо.
Alacağım.
More players running inside.
Girdi ananı sikeyim.
Nice shot and taken out by Fear. Commander saves the day. Nice save at that. C4 leading by 5 tickets. With the proxy deactivated, that's going to open a wide assault to allow Red Team to push from here to here. The HAB is now reactivated. That close call at that. But with that, the deactivation for that the few couple seconds is now allowing Owls to make another foothold inside the first compound and work from there once again. As Blue Team C4 is going to try their best to revive as many players as they can on top of the HAB. But they have to do so fast. Owls now overpowering the point here on the northern side. The next circular artillery strike has now been launched, and the next one is going to happen again. Also, Tempest Estate. That's it. Holy moly! The artillery strike launched on top of District Center flag. Everyone's taking cover right now. Both commanders are trying their best to hold the line and really lock down tickets right now, utilizing explosives, everything they got, grenades, rockets to try to lock them out. C4 players not letting that explosive stop them. Continuing from south to north, already on top of the flag at District Center. District Center flag is now falling 78%. It's still being heavily contested with the amount of players over on the point right here. They're still about even. They have to have more firefights to clear it out. Overall map goes as follows. Again, Tempest Estate still looking the same right now. The northern side with C4, nice save on their southern HAB. Up on the northeastern side, C4 going for a new assault from the south to north there. The artillery strike, the circular artillery strike has just already been launched, and utilizing all those explosives, C4 is going to try to move straightforward south to north here. The next artillery strike has been declared right now from Owl's side up on the south side to try to lock out the blue team HAB. Again, both FOBs are very critical to holding this match. Both teams are doing evenly well right now, and it looks like the ticket gap is now falling in favor in C4. As we go ahead and check out what's going on real quick here, the artillery strike, it's going to cause a lot of devastation and might deactivate the HAB because the HAB is up in the open right now with no shelter. The explosives might actually deactivate it by a stage, which is going to slow down the spawn point for blue team and allow a bigger opening for red team to approach here and try to overpower the point. But with -1 per minute, they got less than 10 minutes to make this work, and we're already less than 12 minutes left of this match. This can go either way. 22 to 9 tickets right now. The airstrike artillery is going to happen right now. Red team going as fast as they can, and they know that artillery is going to go down. So right now, red team players, they're trying their best to stay inside the shelter for that 45 seconds that the explosives go down right now. So everyone's hunkering down. The first explosive happens, everybody got the message now, both blue and the red team knowing that an artillery strike has been launched by the commander. Everyone's going to try to stay inside the shelter, still keeping a look on the windows right now. That's it. Inside the area right now, we do have C4ZY ready with the shovel, good to go in case the explosives deactivate the area. He's also gonna be ready to reactivate the HAB. If that HAB gets damaged by the artillery, he's ready to go to repair. Now that's a direct hit on the HAB. He's building it back up. You can see on the bottom right of the screen right there, if he can at least hold his shovel up, red team's gonna try to capitalize on that and try to get as close as they have to shoot down whoever's trying to repair that HAB right now. So right now, Owl, they're trying to time this as best as they can. 10 to 8 tickets right now. This can go either way. As Owls, now they're pushing hard right now along the north to south line. They're pushing that HAB as fast as they can. This is it. This is it. Teamer on the bottom of our screen right there. He's flanking around to try to get close to Commander C4. Fear. C4, knowing that red team players are going to come in hard. He's watching that doorway over to his left right there. He's going to get a double kill real quick here if he can. HAB is going to get pushed hard. Commander taking out right there. Owls making a quick turnaround as they overpower the blue team here. This is insane. Holy moly. ZY, the only survivor left, the HAB at this point, is now proxied. UAV from Commander getting the intel that red team needs to see where the blue team is trickling in from. Blue team losing foothold on the northern side as red team is about to overpower the HAB. How is it looking on the northeastern side? A real quick look before we check out Tempest. Blue team, they're holding down one compound, but Owl's sweeping, building the building to wipe out shop right here. Are they able to continue the flag cap? No, but Tempest State is now falling very quickly now to the red team. It's falling to 47 and 46 right there. District Center stall 100%. We will have a couple firefights here, but only 2 survivors left on the point. Xanix's gonna have to hold that. As we go ahead and revisit the area at Tempest, how are we looking? Red team, now it's looking bloody red right now. It's looking bloody red with the waters of the blue getting wiped from the shop of the rectangular prism. Temer getting access now directly on top of the radio. He's now digging down the radio. Grenadier class as more double red team players hold down the hab. Tempest to say is now going to be neutralized. The ticket gap is just 1. This can go either way. If any vehicle gets destroyed from either team, that will be a -5 ticket deduction. This can literally go either way. This is too close to call. A 2-ticket margin right now. Tempest State being neutralized. Everyone's holding on to their tickets as best as they can. We're only less than 9 minutes left, but we're only looking about 2 minutes realistically on this match continuing. 0 from FW here. C4 team getting shot down from Proto. The ticket count is getting very, very narrow. The 22%. If this flag gets capped, the match will be over in favor of red team. Will Owls be able to cap this in time? They have 70 more percent and 4 tickets left. Everyone is bleeding out right now, waiting to hold their spawns, and that's it. Oh my goodness. Owl wins by 4 tickets. As we go ahead and check out the scoreboard here, have a good look at that. That is a very, very close, very intense match. Unbelievable. We have just witnessed the turnaround at the mid-flag at Tempest. Look at the scoreboard. Special shout out to both Owl and C4 for a remarkable gameplay. This was so evenly matched from both teams. As we can see, both teams at the beginning, we analyzed the map. Everything was really quick flips up here, and then ticket gap grew, where red team was, really doing good on the advantage. But as it got to here, C4 was actually holding down the line for the last few minutes of the game, but as the firefights continued on, C4 was losing a bit more lives at that, and at the last second of the match, red team was able to lock in more kills and end the game in favor of Black Owls. So again, that's a 4-ticket margin. Really great job at that.
Yeah.
So we're going to be on a quick 5-minute break as we transition over to the next server.
Парича норм, когда нас посмотрели.
Сбивайте камеру, все сбивайте камеру. Мы просто газ в пол и там в камеру заводимся, понял?
IQ 0.
Да. На дорогу не надо ехать, просто в камеру.
All right, we are back. Let's go ahead and check out what we got here.
Так, у нас кто-то перекинет? Второй бы к ним, не?
Okay, so on this round, we're going to be on the C4 team once again, but we're going to be seeing something slightly different versus what we saw in the first round. Again, you're watching C4 versus Owl. I'm again Socrates, you're Shoutcaster. You're watching the semifinals of the Squad Rivals tournament. So what we have, C4 is going to be starting up on the northern side. Team Owl is going to be on the southern side here. Owls, they're going to make a full front assault to set a northern perimeter at the mid-flag at Tempest. C4, they're going to go diagonal, try to set an FOB south of Tempest right here that you see. Multiple movement declaration from C4, double positioning here, northeast Tempest, and also the whole district center as well. And we can see we got a little sneak maneuver from Owls as they move north, direct south to north to try to make a flank up to district over there. But most of the focus is going to be here at a diagonal front assault between both teams coming here and here as well. Tempest State, we will see the mid flag getting a lot of contestation along from the movements here the diagonal front here, the diagonal battlefront is going to happen right there. Match begins in about 30 seconds. We're going to be seeing a lot of crazy action here. Both teams are extremely advanced, extremely good at what they do. We will see the advanced gameplay.
20 секунд. Так, не успеешь, слышишь, побежал к дальнему.
Match begins in about 5 seconds.
Ну это пиздец, Володя, ну это тик. Это тик.
Паузу.
Really quick, and the match has now begun. We're about ready to go as the vehicles roll on out here. As we go ahead and... Whoa! Very nice maneuvering right there. As the vehicles move as fast as they can. Small arms vehicles from Owls going in up here, going northwest. As I mentioned, there is going to be a small flanking maneuver up here to try to get behind District as well. The explosives now being launched right now. The full front assault from C4 as they trickle in from north to south to try to get positioning up at Tempest Estate. Small arms vehicles, double logies from Owl. Going to be setting up an FOB somewhere to the western side over there. First assault's coming soon with the bike. C4 Cano about to get the action going. Take a count 250 to 250. Match has just began and the first engagement's happening now. Biker gets away from the Owl players right there. First couple kills going down. Small arms engagements up on the eastern side of Tempest. Opening fire. Nice firing at that. Oh, Chadley's gonna engage up against a Logi right now. Or is that a transport? It's hard to tell. That's a transport. C4 players taking out the gunner. Got chaos going on the eastern side of Tempest. This first FOB coming up right now in favor of Owls at the nest at the back flag. Northern side of District. Commander looks like he might be trying to set an FOB soon. Small squad here. Gonna try to open fire from Owl's side. Going west to pressure that area right now. Secondary FOB from Owls being set to the south compound. I know I mentioned earlier that it was a C4 FOB. I was wrong. That's gonna be the Owls FOB led by Commander Vjord. South side squad disembarking along with more squads up north from the blue team at C4. It's a battlefront right now. Double squads are about to engage each other along this north to south line right now as both teams get FOBs activated. One directly on top of Tempest, a bit to the northern side here, and one down here further south from red team from Owl side. Owl side setting a more conservative FOB away from the active flag point right here. And C4 playing very aggressive with their FOB placements directly on top of the flag point. To their advantage, they will be able to get a close spawn point on the area, but the threat is that if they get proxied, it's not going to be good.
Yes.
Both teams, in the first 3 minutes of the match, just getting their foundation settled right now with their FOB placements. Over here, the eastern side, we have some really sick firefights right now between both teams. Small squads here on the east, but if they can hold this singular compound to the east, Tempest Estate will be, have an easier security from the eastern front. Overall map flow is as follows. We have two FOBs. Main C4 FOB at Tempest, and another one back at the previous flag up there. Owl setting up a southern FOB a bit farther from the flag point, but close enough to get the middle flag going. At the nest, another FOB coming down to the southeast in case the flags get pushed further south. Both teams operating, utilizing double FOBs, A-OK for now. Both teams setting up their foundations as best as they can. Looks like we have a cluster maneuver as Squad 2 from the north side going for a full assault right now to try to push out red team as fast as they can at Tempest Estate. District Center at the top right here, the flag cap's about 85% plus right now, going up evenly for both teams, and which Tempest Estate will now be the next active flag as both teams push each other out, try to make a push to get the enemy team outside the flag perimeter capture zone so Tempest Estate can be initiated for the flag cap as best they can. Lodge truck on the southwestern corner, they're from the Owl side right now. Hab is set on the farmland to the south.
Real shit.
А что случилось?
The match is now over. Okay, something happened. Okay. Here's a scoreboard. Wow, that was a very fast match. Okay, let's check out the timeline. Timeline's looking pretty good. Looking really, really horizontal right now. We did get a quick flip over there with the flag cap.
Мне похуй, я себе пошел, давайте, удачи.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. That's amazing. I've never seen this happen before. Unprecedented. That was hilarious. Alright, we'll see if we can conduct interviews right now. Hi, how are you?
Nice. I see.
Alright, I'm here with C4KS1T. What are your thoughts this round?
Don't speak English, sorry.
No worries. ZY, how are you doing?
Бан.
Alright, never mind. We'll be right back on a 5-minute break as we figure this out.
Бан.
Hello.
Alright, hi guys! What are your thoughts on how last round went? That was a really fast round. Greetings. Alright, if any of you guys want to give a very special shout out to your friends, feel free to do so. Jeez. Alright, special shout out to the team here. Here, KS1T, Zai, Piri, Dodd, Zero, Malterez, Vladimir, and Ubi Vashka. How are you all doing today?
We're fine. They kill full tiger of troops and then they restart server. Imagine. It's beautiful, I think.
That was a really close match last round.
Да мы их починхнули, чуть-чуть не хватило. Переведите.
Тайрет.
Па-па-па-па, е-е-е, па-па-па-пара-пара-па, е-е-е.
Good stuff. Very nice. Hey, Zero, what key did you press to do that?
А?
How do you do that? Like, what do I press on my keyboard?
Он спрашивает, что нажимаешь, чтобы флаг.
Ну, я понимаю, но я, бля, не могу придумать, как это объяснить. Я забыл английский. Объясни ему.
I wish I could speak the language. I'm sorry, guys.
Объясни ему, как я это делаю.
Я можу тобі українською мовою об'яснити.
Okay.
Тобі треба нажати арсенал. Там тобі треба взяти емоцію,
Press
підняти
X.
флаг.
Press X.
You need to press X and you can pick flag.
6?
X, X.
Секс? Какой секс?
Oh, shoot. Okay, next server. Alright, here we go. We're getting this going. Alright. Having a quick technical difficulty here, but we're gonna get started. some issues with this whole thing where I can't switch. Oh, now it's letting me. Okay, never mind. I don't know how that happened, but we're gonna get this going. I think I got that right. Okay, we are back. Holy moly, round 2. Let's go. Okay. Welcome everybody to the second round of the C4 versus Owls match. Semi-final squad rivals. Let's get straight into the map right now. What we're looking at right now, we're going to be on the C4 team up in the north. Owl's going to be on the southeastern side. We're going to be seeing a similar placement that we just saw at the short round 2 that we did have earlier. FOB activation coming south of Tempest, of course, with the mid-flag of Tempest being the heavily contested zone. We will have a couple movements close by to the previous flags at District and the nest here over to the southeast over here, but most of the contestation is going to be at Tempest flag right here. And already we got a lot of Owl movements, a lot of move marks already declared around Tempest flag. So we're going to be seeing a lot of firefights. The firefights looks to be probably focused along a horizontal. The second match that we saw earlier that ended short did have some contestation right here where these markers are marked at the offsite of Tempest. But basically what both teams are trying to go for is they're trying to go for the territory control. Even though these compounds are not really directly on top of Tempest's state flag for the flag perimeter cap, if they can secure these outer compounds, going for both teams, if they can secure both of these compounds next to the Tempest flag, it's going to be a much easier defense or an offense for both teams. We might be seeing similar double FOB placements throughout the map, one being put either on top of the flag or a bit off the flag, but close enough for the assault, and the other FOB is going to be at the previous flag for both teams. So let's go ahead and see how they do this second round. We'll be seeing the same strategies from second round that ended short, or we'll be seeing a whole new thing. The match has now begun. Motorbike going as fast as they can. Logi's tailing in the front end right there on the south side. Small arms vehicles from Owl going up from southeast to northwest. Logi's diverting, going along a diagonal assault right here. 2 bikers from Owl's side going up the north path right here. Looks like they might be trying to go for a flank to try to get behind enemy lines to try to pressure here at District Center. C4 going hard as they can, as fast as they can to Tempest Estate. Everyone's going as fast as they can to cluster in, getting close to the flag at Tempest. If whoever gets there first and whoever can set their FOB first will determine the tide of the game. First few vehicles are now in the point right now. The engagement's coming. That's it, the first kill has gone. Missile to kills 1 player. Explosive, barely missing the Tiger right now. See the hat. It's a hat and a lat. Vladimir and Dodd opening fire on the Tiger. Unbelievable shot. Disembarking now. Holy Mate's going to try to keep outside the vehicle. And that's it. Secondary shot. Tiger is down. Nice kill from Vladimir. Dodd goes down. Secondary vehicle from Owl. The FOB truck to the southwest with a new FOB from C4 being set right there on top of the flag point. Same strategy like the last round that we saw. Explosives causing a lot of devastation, damaging a lot of the C4 players coming in. That is coming from Owl. ATI kills a lot of players from the explosives as both teams struggle to get their FOBs going. This is the same strategy that we saw last round. Over to the east right now, C4 holding down the line to the east, opening fire shortly. Where am I looking at? Okay, there it is. Owls, small arms fire up against the engagements right now in the compound. C4 players, 2 players getting pinned down right now in the compound. Owls is going to sandwich this little compound east of Tempest Estate. Dima, low HP, but he's going to try to hold the line. Overall map flow is as follows. C4, FOB, 1 up here, and the other FOB from Owls down here at the previous flags. Double FOBs close by to Tempest Estate. C4 setting directly on top of the flag on the northern side, and Owls setting up south of the point about 150 meters to the south. Still within close proximity, within walking distance. Both teams trying their best to hold down these compounds at Tempest Estate. On the eastern side as well, small arms fire, trying to go for the security up at this eastern side. Whoever controls this has an easy north to south perimeter security to allow easier pushes or defense on Tempest Estate. Going back to the flag right now, looks like blue team is now pushing the red team further down to the southwestern corner of the flag. More small firefights going down. We're going to get into the POV of Salat as Tiger goes into engage, taken out by Dodd. Hab from Owl's side being set on the northern side. Very interesting placement right here. The radio set further on the southern compound with the Hab for red team set at the perimeter of where the flag radius is at, which gives red team a safer maneuver. Even though their Hab is in hot enemy lines right now, their radio will be safe. Owl is now taking a lot of fire with the Humvee coming over here from C4, taking fire right now from the incoming red team players. No hats or lats nearby to take him out right now. Looks like amazing backup from C4 is going to go straight to the radio, opening fire to take out the Logitech, which is going to lock out the supply runs for Owls. If this Logi goes down, holy moly, that explosion was big. This is going to slow down the ammo supply runs for Owls, which is going to put C4 at a slight advantage as they basically force the red team to lose ammo as they make the assault. Amazing Beck is going to continue driving the vehicle right now. If he can hold the line with his 50 caliber, this might slow down the push for Owls. That's Commander Vjord calling out that the vehicle hasn't been spotted. Vehicle gets out of there safe and sound. As we check out the northern side, C4 pushing down the line up against the Owl players, splitting. Overall map flow is as follows. What we're looking at right here, both compounds, the one directly on top and the one to the east outside the flag perimeter, full control from C4. Southwestern Hab getting a lot of full spawns from the Owl players as they spread along the farm here to try to hit the southwestern corner, and also to try to spread a couple more guys over to the eastern side here to try to go for a horizontal, pushing north. The explosives from the small technical vehicle go out to try to get some more kills, causing a lot of devastation on top of the flag point, but that's not going to slow down both teams. Both teams are going to try to hard and push in right now. The Hab from Owls is taking heavy fire right now as rockets get exploded out. Look at all those kills go down right now. As we check out what's going on to the eastern side, blue team is starting to send more players here as Owls tries to sweep here to the eastern side. What we're looking at right now, again, like I mentioned, the FOP placements are close by to each other. Little stalemate right now with blue team C4 having an advantage, closing out this Hab spawn for red team here. Blue team is starting to trickle in a couple more players from west to east to try to secure this eastern compound to make sure they have territory control along their eastern front. Red team is actually starting to send a couple players down here to the southeast of the compound to push here, because red team, what they're trying to capitalize on while they're keeping the blue team busy on the southern side of Tempest, they're going to try to, re-secure this compound so they can make a push this way, so they can attack it from both east and from the south direction here. Do we see any far flanks happening around the map? Not yet. We do have blue team here at District Center. Not much happening. Everybody's spread around here. We're not seeing any sneak attacks yet. But on the southern side, red team, same thing goes for them as well. No sneak attacks for blue team trying to get behind enemy lines at Nest. So right now, most of the battlefront is being focused right now at this eastern complex. It's a little stalemate battle here with the small arms infantry from both teams clustering it out here. On the south side right here, this is a stalemate. The battlefront is a horizontal south line right here, south of Tempest Estate. What's going on over here? Blue team looks like they have resecured that western compound outside the flag right now. No nearby red team flanks right now. But looking at over here, what's really interesting to note is that C4, of course they're spawning people here to go for a direct south and north assault from their Hab. But there's also a couple small red team players here that are also trying to resecure the western compound. So right now everyone's really spread out, and at the same time they're going to sweep it up like this. Whichever compound, west or the east one that they can take, and of course directly south at the Tempest flag, whichever foothold that red team can take, they're going to capitalize on that and try to sandwich the flag. But the thing is that C4 has a very solid defense right now, and they're holding down all compounds. This is the west one that we're looking at facing south. The red team's being held at bay right now, and directly on top of the flag point, red team, they're slightly getting a foothold right now at this compound and the one right outside to the left over there on the western side. Blue team, they're setting more friendlies going in right now, utilizing their Hab, which is actually on the northwestern corner of Tempest Estate within the flag point. They're going to sweep out from north to south, and right now still looking stalemate right now. We'll take a count 242 to 209. C4 leading by almost 40 tickets. With more rockets coming out, Sadi being wiped out right there from the lat. And a rally point being set to the eastern side. C4 Squadetto, they're going east to try to resecure the eastern compound. Oh, where am I looking at? Small arms fire right now between the two teammates and the two teams. As we check out the south of the map, let's have a quick look at what we're looking at right here.
Maybe.
Back flag at Nest looking pretty quiet so far. Tempest Estate full control from C4 already.
Я не слышал. Sorry.
Right now, situation is as follows. 2k ammo points at the Southern Owl FOB here, so Red Team has full ammo to still make the assault continually as long as they do not get proxied on their southern hab. On the southeastern side at Nest, which is going to be the next active flag for Blue Team, they might be able to go for an assault if they make the flank over on the northeast right there. We're going to monitor the situation east of Tempest Estate to see if Blue Team is going to start refocusing infantry away from Tempest Estate and start going for the assault to push back the Red Team away from this heavy cluster zone at Tempest Estate and force them back to Nest, so that the defense at Tempest Estate for C4 is going to go much easier. We'll see how this goes, but how things are going right now, if they can at least hold the flag at Tempest with their full force of their team, things should be okay for them. It's just a matter of time before we start seeing a pin down maneuver against the Red Team hab. The hab is in the farmland right here, or barely minimal cover right now. So the Blue Team can take the last compound, the southern edge of the Tempest Estate. They can open fire and lob grenades at the hab. But right now, Red Team knows that, so they're doing their best to try to hold at least one of the buildings at the flag right now. But you can see the sheer amount of blue players on the flag is just overpowering the point. Over here on the eastern side, Blue Team looks like they have resecured the eastern security. Even though they're launching fire up there, not too many threats coming from the Owl side. They are operating from Squad 1's Red Team rally as Red Team tries to trickle up north here and then eventually make a push here. But from this distance, about 100, 150 meters, it's going to be very difficult because Blue Team, all they need to do is hide behind a wall and shoot through the windows. So again, this map, Kokon, very classic map, but barely any cover. So both teams know that, you know, whatever they have to do, they have to really just stay inside the building, behind the walls, behind the cover, and just let the enemies come to them, vice versa. So down here at the western front, they're holding a stalemate up against the trickling Red Team players coming from their hab, trickling to the west. As you can see, the Red Team Owl hab is now proxied, deactivated right now. So that's going to slow down the spawn to allow Blue Team a better maneuver closer back to the hab. And oh, you just saw a rocket come out right there. Good thing. And secondary rocket coming out right there. Sunset with team from C4, Blue Team. Going to try to inch closer to the hab because they're very close to the hab right now. We got a bunch of these Blue Team members here right at Tempest Edge right here, being close to this hab, which is going to deactivate the spawn point against Owls right now. So Owls, as long as they can maintain the lives, whoever's surviving on the southern side of the point, they can do really well in terms of at least keeping the hab intact. But they're gonna have to clear out the southern Blue Team members here to clear out the proximity that's canceling their hab spawns. On the eastern side, we do have some small arms fire right now going on the eastern compounds. C4 players are dedicating a bit more players, pushing east on foot against this solo compound right here. Owl, they know that if they can at least hold the eastern compound, it'll keep C4, you know, a couple C4 players away from Tempest Estate along the eastern side and force them out to allow a slightly easier push. Because right now, Red Team, they know that this is a cluster zone. Too many Blue Team members here holding them down at their hab, especially deactivating their spawn. The Blue Team has now overpowered the western side, moving from north to south on the western side here. So Blue Team has control of the west. This is a cluster stalemate right now, but Blue Team's having an upper advantage right now, especially ticket margins. Over here, Red Team's going to try to capitalize their double rally points to try to at least have a foothold on the eastern side. Eventually, once they secure this area, which of course you can see they're having a very difficult time doing, but at least they're staying inside the compound. But like I mentioned, if Red Team can secure this, there's some hope for them to at least push from the east and also resecure the south to the north. But it looks like Blue Team, depending how this turns out, the ticket gaps are falling very quickly right now. 236 to 167, a -1 per minute for Owl. Rockets coming out right now, and that's it. C4 is going to initiate the rush on the hab right now. We're going to get into Forsinka's POV as he's under the grass, trying to get inside the hab. Nice shot at that V. Your commander gets killed by the grenade for Forsinka. That's it, the explosives coming out right now from Owl. Audi wipes out some of the Blue Team members rushing the hab right now. Tiger's gonna try to rush down to the south side. The hab, as you can see, is getting reactivated in favor of Red Team. On the south side, the two Red Team players are holding the security at the southern compound right here. No flanks yet. Overall map as follows. Are there any Blue Team flanks? There is a guided missile user right here on top, being operated by Paul Fisher, gonna face northwest towards a flag. Does he have a line of sight? He kind of does, especially on that eastern compound that Red Team's trying to get a foothold on right there. Rockets are coming out. Owl is getting devastated right now by incoming C4 players trying to rush that eastern compound. It's nearby Tempest Estate, but right now Red Team, with the double rallies they have south of that eastern compound, if they can hold this compound, again, it'll really help the Red Team assault. And again, 150 meters to the west right now, we do have a cluster of C4 players on the eastern side. And over here, again, full cluster right now. C4 Forsinka still alive. Damaged right now. Takes out all the red team players inside the southwestern hab. And the hab, at this point, is going to be deactivated. Over on map flow is as follows. Blue team now sending double squads up in the eastern compound to try to wipe shop once and for all up against the Owl team here. C4, blue team has now made a final push up against the red team hab here. Even though the hab has now fallen, overrun by the blue team, the radial to the south is still in control of the red team. So red team can reset their hab, but it's going to have to be at a different location. And somehow red team is going to have to redivert forces elsewhere and just send people from probably the back FOB or send troops utilizing the small arms vehicle as fast as they can to resecure the position and get the hab back up and going. The C4 knowing, especially sending the blue team teammates over here from C4 going south here, they're trying to lock up the western line completely. Eventually, you can see the red marks being marked against the blue team right now. The commander from Owl knows that the blue team is going to try to rush the radio here. Blue team already knows the radio is in the southernmost complex. So it's really about a timing thing. And now C4, once and for all, trying to lock in the positioning against the hab and take it down once and for all. We got a couple red team players spawning from a rally point right now, spreading out at the compound. Their first priority right now that you can see Owl doing is resecuring the southern compound, and from there make a hard push from south to north. For going from south to north here, you barely have any trees. You can go along these tree lines or you go along these tree lines. But blue team, after they take this one out, it's going to be a full-out firefight in this cluster right here. So that we're gonna see a lot of pin-down maneuvers here. The battlefront has now shifted over in this clamping zone right here between this compound and this compound up north. On the eastern side, blue team has now resecured that entire area. Blue team has overrun the rally points here. Now we do have a sneak attack from C4. Double small squads going for a far wide flank here. And eventually blue team is going to force red team to push back further. Commander from Owl is trying their best to hold this front line, their only front line point to access Tempest mid-flag. But right now, if Owl doesn't get this hab up as soon as possible, utilizing only the rally points, the blue team is going to quickly get more people behind enemy lines to make an assault on Nest. And that's going to really ruin the momentum of the red team holding down this to the point where they're going to have to start sending more troops from red team back to Nest. And that's going to really lock in the security for C4 blue team to hold Tempest State with minimal resistance. But right now, Owl, they need to act fast, and they are acting fast. They're trying to get a new hab up as soon as possible. But right now, how it's looking right now, this hab is being deactivated by one stage. C4 knows as long as they can keep this hab deactivated, but not fully dug down, it's going to lock out the opportunity from Owls to reset their hab. So now, Owls, clutching every effort they can to try to hold any type of spawns they can. When that being rally points, they're unable to reset a hab because that hab is not being fully dug down yet, and C4 knows that. They're capitalizing on that. On the southeastern side, how are we looking at Nest? Nest getting like, C4, Jesus' SM is down. We do have a small flank to the southeast at squad 12 here. C4, amazing Becca. Does he have a rally point nearby? Not yet. So it looks like squad 12 is going to try to go for some backflank maneuvers up against this compound just to make sure that the Owl players over on this Nest area are cleared out before they make an actual push to the next flag. Again, Tempest State full control right now from C4 team, blue team. Ticket count over 100 ticket gap right now with -1 per min against Owls. Going here to the western side, the UAV is now being launched from the commander from C4. C4 commander up here is going to utilize this vision to figure out where most of the clusters for red team is going to be at. So right now, what C4 is trying to gauge right now, even though they know that they have now deactivated a spawn point up in the northwestern side near Tempest, and knowing that there's a full cluster of red team players here, the commander from C4 is trying to figure out, okay, is red team still trying to go for a hard assault here, or are they falling back to the Nest? You putting a UAV here is actually in the middle between both flags, this compound and that one at Nest for Owls. This is going to allow commander to get all the intel he needs to make a decision whether he wants to make a hard push towards the next flag or keep most of his teammates at Tempest State for the defense. But as you can see here, most of the cluster, once the blue team commander accesses the UAV for vision, he's going to realize, okay, Owls is still holding really hard to this compound. Let's just keep more of the people from C4 directly on Tempest and just hold mid-flag for now. Which means that the few amount of players from C4, utilizing now a fresh rally point from here, they're going to clear out this compound first, and then from there, with only 2 players or maybe 3 players from Squad 12, they're going to trickle up here and start threatening Nest. Squad 6 as well from blue team, only like, 1 or 2 players from this side, but together as a whole, you got about 5 total players that can really flip the flag here at Nest once they start getting close within proximity. Give it about 5 minutes and we're going to start seeing blue team members Squad 12 and 6 push into the Nest, and that's going to really cause some devastation right now as Owls, they try to hold the area right here. The Hab is still up, it's been marked, is not being fully dug down yet. C4 is going to lock up the spawn point from a Hab placement right here. So the only thing that the red team can rely on right now is ammo and a rally point. But the thing is, as you know, oh, what the heck? We have a small pulse air support strike to wipe out the vehicle. This is gonna be insane. There, he's gonna try to flip the vehicle right now. There it is. He's gonna flip the vehicle. But we have an incoming airstrike coming very soon. Oh, he needs to act fast, because this vehicle will get destroyed by the airstrike, most likely. 90% chance, and that's it. Let's get out of here! We're going to keep our reporter on the front lines. Nice airstrike. Vehicle gets out. Safe and sound.
Патроны сейчас привезу.
The timing was only a few seconds off, but that would have destroyed the airstrike. Logi gets saved. Very critical gameplay right there. Had that Logi fallen, this would have completely locked out the ammo supply run here, and Owls would have had a difficult time holding the point against C4. The first blue team players now approach the flag right now. Checking out the northern complex.
Сама едет на пехоту. Через центр нельзя ездить.
Small arms fire right now. Ticket gap's over 100. Dodd now going, and we're going to get into his POV real quick as he goes through to figure out where the rally point, where the spawn points are, and of course the Hab. The Hab is on the northern side nearby the radio, with the fresh rally point there from the southern side. Once it gets close to that, it will deactivate the spawn point for the rally. Logi going through here. That's a lat. I'm not sure if Dodd has an extra rocket left on him. He might take the shot if he has one left. Dodd's going to try to shoot down the Logi driver. That's 2 players there in the area as we go ahead and get closer to the area to see what we're dealing with. Opening fire. Takes out Met the Mad. Tiger is still alive. Opening fire right now. Taken out by Tiger. Nice save on the Logi. Threats neutralized. Red team still full control of the Nest. Rally point from blue team has been wiped out in the south. There's still an eastern rally point for blue team squad 6 here. Revisiting the northern sides, looks like we have smaller squads direct north of Nest. This squad is gonna try to trickle down here to take them out. Red team, Owls, resecuring their compound. Fresh ammo, good to go. And it looks like blue team is gonna try to make a farther flank here and then make a push there. Blue team is going to take a while, though, to make that assault. But right now, blue team is really trying to sandwich this final southern compound to lock out the spawns against the red team. Explosives now coming out right now. Red team trying their best to secure the southwesternmost compound outside Tempest Estate. Going up north from the point right now. How are we looking? That southern compound still taking a lot of fire with the radio in the northwestern corner building right there. Safe and sound for now. Again, the Hab from the red team is deactivated, being secured by Salet right there to make sure red team doesn't come in and dig it up to build it back up to allow spawns back at the edge of Tempest Estate. As we go ahead and analyze the situation, full blue team security along the northern side with Filcinda almost getting close to where the northwestern spawn point is against C4, but C4 wiped them out A-OK. At the flag right now, facing east, full security by blue team. Overall map flow is as follows. Looks like blue team, knowing that they're locking out the supplies and the security against the red team players here, sending the blue team members here to secure shop, keeping the spawn points for blue team here, and slowly, locking out their spawns because their Hab is still up here. Blue team is gonna slowly dedicate more infantry going around the flank. Even though it's going to take a long while to walk from here to here, they're going to start slowly trickling more blue players to the Nest to force the red team to fall back here. At At this point, territory control looking in favor of the blue team right now. The blue team, the small squads up here are having a difficult time though with the small amount of players they have, you know, to make this push towards the nest, but they're trying their best to really push back Owl, and that's the goal of C4 right now. Owl, they're really good at the defense, and they're really good on the holdouts, but C4 is really good at pressuring and pushing back the enemy team, and that's what they do really well. You can see, even though blue team at the assault battle line right now, they're doing their best with the small amount of players. They are causing a lot of devastation against OWL. But the good news for OWL, on a diagonal front, they're all pushing in a wave this way further north to lock out the battlefront. So, what we're looking at right now is still looking stalemate right here as blue team just holds it out as red team tries to get a foothold here. They're having difficulty. Blue team sending more players over there to the east, going to the west to pressure nest here. Red team utilizing this spawn point here. They're going to trickle diagonally to the northwest to try to get a push in between the two flags here, secure a compound here and make a push here while the red team players here keep the blue team members busy here and also here where the edge is at. Going up to the nest right now, red team, they're all spread thin right now. Squad 6 from the blue team, they're trying their best to make the foothold here. Nuril from OWL snuff them out, but C4 wipes them out clear. As long as Squad 6 can maintain their rally point here, this threat along the eastern side, even though Squad 6 is a small squad, they can cause a lot of devastation as they make a push to the nest. The good news for Nest is they have 1,700 ammo points, 1,700 ammo points. They have all the ammo they need for the defense, but they don't want to dedicate too many people here. What Red Team is really trying to capitalize on is they know that the Nest is the active flag, and they're still trying really hard to keep the battlefront here at the mid flag, because the moment you give up the mid flag, and they already know they're behind on tickets, Red Team, they need to do, and they know this, Commander from the Red Team, from Owl, is trying to make sure they keep minimal forces on Nest flag, and make sure that all squads, all hands on deck, push outside away from their current defense flag at the nest, and allow the battlefront to be shifted further up here instead of letting the battlefront shift to the nest flag. So they're doing a really good job at just holding the battlefront line, and that's what the Red Team does really well. Now with the resecurity of their hab, the battlefront is now back directly to Tempest. This is looking really promising now. That was a miracle run, nice save from OWL as they reactivate their hab, and Salat's going to try again to resecure and lock down the hab against the Red Team. With this fresh hab reactivated, no longer proxied, Red Team is going to start mass spawning all their friendlies here to make another push, round 2 assault on the flag. But the blue team, C4, has full out ammo supplies on this FOB hab. So C4 has all the ammo they need to start lobbing grenades, rockets, and everything they got to take down this hab once and for all. But OWL utilizing this critical 1 minute that they do have to resecure their border here at Tempest Estate to the south. They're spawning as fast as they can to reshift the battlefront right now. The explosives, even though they're shaking the map a lot, is not going to do that much because the Red Team's moving as fast as they can away from the explosives right now. Looking overall at the map.
Господа, вызов на дистрикте. Едет на север, в спину.
Over at the map, Red Team Commander has now moved up directly on top of the hab right here. Over on the southeast right here, Blue Team, they're slowly getting close to the nest flag to try to keep some pressure up here. But right now, Red Team, there is hope for them. With the reactivated hab to the north and this FOB still active, Red Team is going to full out front assault, move the battle line back over here, push it back up directly on the flag point of the state, and the battlefront has now been brought back to the mid flag. Going back up here, how are we looking? The edge on the southwest edge. We're going to get into the POV of one of the players here, Mayuri, the medic. He's trying to patch his teammates up. He's going to get some engagements real quick here from incoming C4 player at the corner. Taking out all the players there. The hab. Multiple spawners on the hab right now, but getting washed over by Piri and other C4 players at the edge of the building. Rockets coming out, causing a lot of kills right there. Temer is down. Over to the southwest. Over to the southwestern side, Squad 6 is getting very close to the flag perimeter. He's right there at the edge. If he can push out and patch his teammates up, along with medics doing their duty, they're gonna get into the point and they might be able to start capping the nest and get the percentages low. New Rail's gonna engage very soon. He's watching. Opening fire right now. They see each other. Wiped out. One is down. New Rail's down. That's it. Dodd now pushing in hard. They're going to try to patch each other up as well and get close to the flag. The nest is in trouble. The nest is in trouble. Are there any backup nearby? There is. Got a couple old WL guys to the northeast. This red team rally point right here from old WL. Once they patch each other up over here, they're going to send their forces down here to resecure the point against Squad 6 blue team. UAV being activated by red team commander up north to check out what's going on at Tempest Estate and launch the next airstrike. Red team pushing hard from their hab. Even though, again, the hab is open in the field right here, the red team has enough players to make the push. So I'm here right now with this. Oh jeez, I'm here with the Owl players spawning at the hab. We're trying to make a push right now to the front lines, taking a lot of fire right now. Commander from Owls trying his best to figure out where to launch the airstrike. We're wide in the open right now, but the good news, we have enough red team players to hold the line and push up to the first building. More explosives coming out. The hab is taking a lot of fire right now. More explosives coming from the techie vehicle, the rocket vehicle. The hab taking a lot of rocket, a lot of grenadier fire. Commander Vjord in there in the safety of the hab, figuring out where to launch the airstrike, the artillery. A circular artillery strike has now been launched directly in the point. If this successfully lands and it's within close the explosion distance from the hab, keep in mind, we typically see obviously artillery strikes occur on point, but what we have just seen is one of the riskiest moves in competitive squad tournaments. An artillery strike being launched directly next to the spawn hab in the front lines. This explosion can damage the hab and deactivate it by a stage, but Commander Vjord is going to hope that even if the damage explosions damage the hab, he has his people with the shovels to build it back up. And once the explosions finish, red team is going to go as hard as they can on the assault to Tempest Estate. This artillery strike coming in is critical. That's it. The first explosion is now going in. We will now see the devastation it will cause and how red team, how fast they can move once the explosions come out. That's it. The first explosion coming out. Oh my gosh. Commander Vjord knows exactly what he's doing, but he's going to take the risk. Commander Vjord is now over here inside cover of the first building. He's telling all of his friendlies, most likely, to grab shelter as fast as they can. This is the flag right now where the explosions are happening. Everyone's taking shelter. Commander Vjord has full confidence knowing that this might work. 12 tickets left in OWL. 30 minutes into this round, C4 leading by over 100 tickets. That's it, red team. The explosions have now ceased. They're now moving in as fast as they can to take the first building next to the flag. That's it, they're going hard. Missed smoke grenade. C4 players mass spawning right now to the north, running as fast as they can to the west and the southwestern compounds to keep the red team at bay. This is it. Checking out to the southeast right now. Do they have this under control? Red team still has full control of the nest, so far so good for them. Going up here to the northeast district center, they're going to get a back flag by the incoming red team players at Owl. Owl's going to try to lock in the tickets. Going here, small arms vehicle. Jesus is going to come here with squad here. Squad 9, 6, and 10 are about to get an engagement right now. Shortly along the eastern side, disembarking. They're going to set a fresh rally point to the east right here very soon. Rally point coming down. That's a hat with them too. Going down to the south. That's Dima. Rally coming up right there. We're going to see a sneak attack. With 7 tickets left, will we be seeing the sneak attack happen successfully? We shall see. Going back to the front lines right now. Red team, they're holding on to the first compound down here to the southwestern side. So far, blue teams are losing foothold right now with the first 2 compounds taken over by the red team. Explosions coming out again, causing some more devastation, but blue team's not going to let that slow them down. They're going to push as fast as they can, utilizing their nearby hab to push from north to south. Over here to the south side, they're going to target the radio. The Vladimir and Medic from C4, they're going to try to target the radio and take it down. Commander Viord is going to have to be forced to push back on foot to try to save it. Viord heavily damaged. Now he's going to patch himself up with his band-aid and try to get back to his radio as fast as they can. One player is now down. Vladimir is going to try to rush the radio. Viord, this is a critical gameplay. If that radio gets dug down, it's going to deactivate this. It's going to deactivate this spawn point, which is going to give blue team the advantage. So whatever Vladimir does, if he can do this successfully, he's going to prioritize patching up his teammate. Possibly. Nope. He's going to give that up. He's going to run, knowing that enemies are coming. Commander Viord is not going to let this come down. Viord, you can see in the bottom screen here, his health is extremely small. If he even jumps down a fence, it will kill him. Grenade coming out right now. Vladimir, this is. If Vladimir can hold this down. Radio getting resecured by Owl. Viord's gonna check out the bottom left building there. More backup coming up here on the eastern side with small arms vehicle over there to the east. Nope, that's a destroyed vehicle. Going up here, how's the Hab looking? Hab is A-okay for now. Red team still holding the southernmost complex right there against the blue team. Blue team's getting pushed back up north. The next artillery strike has been launched by the blue team against this FOB Hab up here. C4 has now launched their final artillery for this round. With 2 tickets, will we see the first explosions? This explosion will completely lock out this entire line and slow down red team and stop them at their tracks. The airstrike has to come in very soon because blue team, they're getting overrun right now, and we already have red team players. Temer is already inside the area. If you turn on transparency, the Hab is set diagonally inside the room right next to the radio. Temer is marking it out for his teammates for red team. But right now, with how things are going, red team, they are inside the point. 43% and falling. Red team is now capping the flag at Tempest Estate, but the explosions are going to slow them down. As long as red team stays inside the Hab, so not inside the Hab, inside the complex, inside under shelter, they should be safe. And that's it. Decisive victory, 131 tickets to 0. Victory goes to C4. This is an insane match. Wow. Great job to both teams. We're going to have a quick look at the scoreboard before everyone leaves the server. Good stuff. Great job to both teams. We're going to have a quick look at the timeline to see how things went. You can see red team really started losing a lot of tickets after this first point here, and then the ticket gap slowly got bigger and bigger. As we, of course, you have the -1 per min, and obviously all the spawns from red team from their attempted assaults from south to north on Tempest Estate. You can see the firefights. Even though we didn't really see FOB takedowns throughout the match, it's really about how the firefights went. A lot of trade for trades, but blue team managed to keep more of their teammates alive, especially at the Tempest assault. And Nest was getting a bit of some assault from the smaller squads, but you can see the ticket gap get bigger and bigger. So again, you know, this is a really intense match. We're gonna go ahead and close right now. So again, thank you all so much for watching the Squad Rivals semifinals. C4 versus OWL, 2 really advanced, great, amazing teams. We have seen amazing gameplay, legendary teamwork, great tactics throughout this match, a lot of back flanks, a lot of really nice defense and offensive movements throughout Kokon map that we have, you know, earlier watched here. So both teams were very evenly matched. They did their best, and even though we had some technical difficulties here and there, you know, both teams, they kept their morales high, it kept it really great, and, you know, kept playing to the very end to finish the second round strong. So great job to both teams for participating, and what a really amazing 2 rounds these were. I am very impressed, very amazed. You know, playing this game for over 10 years now, just being able to see all the different strategies and all the different maneuvers that all these different professional teams are displaying in this wonderful game is just absolutely phenomenal. This is how Squad is meant to be played at the highest level. We have seen every strategy, every combined arms, coordination, and tactics work together to really give you a high quality squad match. And again, my name is Socrates, your Shoutcaster. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to follow and subscribe for more epic streams. Come join the Discord. I'm slowly trying to grow the community as well. Special shout out to the Squad Rivals staff, the teams, the players, and all the friends and families out there for supporting this tournament, supporting your friends, participating in their teams, and for watching from around the world. I'll see you all next time. Happy Sunday. This is the Squad Rivals tournament. This is me, Socrates, your Shoutcaster, signing out. Peace out.